Just ahead on American Black Journal, we'll get the details on a new initiative to help Detroiters make responsible financial decisions. Plus, Detroit students get a jump on potential careers and a look at the city's growing rental market. Stay right there. American Black Journal starts now.
American Black Journal is funded by the W.K. Kellogg Foundation, a partner with communities where children come first.
How does diversity bring energy to us all? At DTE Energy, we believe that it's the contributions of all that build great communities. As a company, we grow stronger by welcoming the unique perspectives of everyone. As community members, we support our state's broad culture and heritage. From working closely with women and minority-owned suppliers to embracing our local cultures, DTE Energy is powering diversity. The DTE Energy Foundation is a proud sponsor of Detroit Public Television. Masco Corporation is proud to manufacture innovative and environmentally friendly products for the home. Delta faucets, Craft-made in Merillat cabinets, and Behr brand paints have all been designed with you in mind. Masco and its family of companies, serving Michigan communities since 1929.
Welcome to American Black Journal. I'm Stephen Henderson. My first guests are proponents of good fiscal health. That's FISCAL. They are involved in a new program from Citizens Bank that's designed to improve financial literacy among low-income residents, students, and entrepreneurs. The bank gave a total of $100,000 to 5 local nonprofits to provide the necessary tools and the training. Joining me now are Nadeda Letson from Citizens Bank, Belinda Turner-Dubois from the Great Lakes Women's Business Council, and entrepreneur Chandra Haynes of SOE Development, Inc. Welcome to American Black Journal.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, I say all the time that smart sort of fiscal behavior in your household is an opportunity issue, especially in cities like Detroit, where the concentration of poverty and I think economic isolation are driven a lot of times by misunderstanding about what fiscal health really looks like and staying sort of in those fiscal good graces.
Yeah. And that's why we've launched Citizens Helping Citizens Manage Money. You know, financial literacy is really about basic understanding of a range of financial topics, you know, whether it's how to balance a checkbook, purchasing a home, saving for college, long-term planning. Extremely, extremely important because, quite frankly, money does not come with instructions.
Right, you get it and so, you can just do anything you want with
it. Absolutely. So, you know, becoming financial literate is really about taking control of your finances and helping yourself better position yourself to achieve your financial future, right? And so at Citizen Bank, we strongly believe that financial literacy is important because, quite frankly, we live here too, you know, and so we're living in communities, we're working in communities, so we're working with community organizations to better position and help our citizens achieve their financial goals. We're working with nonprofit organizations promoting financial literacy and to help our community members take control of their finances and better position them to reach their financial dreams.
Right. And this is not just an issue for individuals, it's also an issue for businesses.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially small businesses who may have a great idea for a business, but may not understand all of the things that you have to do to keep that business going.
That's correct. That's correct. And so because of what Citizens has helped us do, we are able to continue providing the financial literacy, the technical assistance to small business owners who have approached us for help. And we like to think that we meet our customers where they are. And so when there's a need, whether it's starting a business and trying to figure out, you know, the ins and outs, or an existing business that's looking to move up to the next stage, that's where we can help them and provide them with that technical assistance.
Talk a little about Detroit and the way these issues look differently in Detroit than they do in some other communities.
Absolutely. Well, Detroiters, and I'm a Detroiter, we have a lot of good ideas,
And you know, we have a lot of chutzpah, I'll say.
We've got that entrepreneurial spirit.
Definitely, we definitely have that entrepreneurial spirit. And but sometimes we just need to kind of sit back and listen and really figure out where we're going and how we're going to get there the best way.
Yeah.
And again, that's why the technical assistance, we work a lot with our business owners. Even after we've provided them loan funds, our job is to help them grow that business. And certainly we want our money back. You know, that's important too. But we also want growth. We're looking for, you know, job growth. We're looking to help that community get better by having that business that's growing, and then hiring people from the community.
Yeah, Chandra, tell me about SOE development.
Well, I'm in the business of providing portable power, so in the form of batteries. So from like the smallest coin cell to the largest high-low battery, we provide power for different, you know, consumers and companies. So anything to keep you powered, basically, because everybody needs a battery.
Right, and what made you decide that this was what you wanted to do?
Well, I was in sales for a number of years, and you know, just the way the economy goes, I was downsized. And so I was talking with my husband, and he said, you know, this is the best time to start a business. So I looked out and started a business in energy.
Yeah. And talk about the sort of financial literacy that's required to be able to, again, not just start that business, but get it going and keep it going.
There's a lot, because I don't think a lot of business owners, and such as myself too, didn't understand about the fact that, okay, yes, of course, you know your pricing and things like that, but you have to have, you know, your payroll, the taxes, you need to pay for inventory, you need to know what your margin is, you need to have your outlook so that you'll know, you know, today you're doing this, but, you know, next year this is where you need to be in order to, you know, meet your goals. So being financially literate is extremely important. I always say it's like that accident you don't want to see, but you kind of still kind of peek to see what's going on because it's important. You need to know your numbers, because the more you know, you'll know if you're going to be out of business sooner than, you know, it's not a shock.
Right.
You'll know what your numbers, you'll know if you're in the red, you'll know if you're in the black, or where you need, or when it's time to seek out that loan from an institution.
Talk about some of the nonprofits that you're awarding this money to help get people up to speed.
Absolutely. So in Southeast Michigan, we made 5 awards totaling $100,000. So certainly to Great Lakes Women Business Council in support of the Seed Lending Program initiative. Also Detroit Land Bank Authority to support the home buying counseling, you know, as the Land Bank is working mightily to help stabilize the Detroit housing market. Southwest Economic Solutions Prosperous entrepreneurial program, helping small business entrepreneurs better understand and get a hold of their own personal finances and acumen, as well as support of their business aspirations. Wayne Metro Community Action Agency in support of the free income tax preparation services for low income Detroiters. And last but not least, Junior Achievement of Southeast Michigan. Really helping our students learn about how to proactively manage their money.
So a real range there of different kind of work.
Absolutely. And so even across our 11-state footprint, this year we awarded $1.4 million to 80 organizations to impact roughly about 260,000 individuals, families, and small businesses. We're going to leverage that up with our colleague volunteerism. About 400 colleagues are going to volunteer to provide their financial acumen to help our community members achieve their financial dreams. And last but not least, we are really about access to quality and financial information. So we launched the Citizens Fundamental web portal on our website, and it's really about providing consumers with access to financial information topics like savings, budgeting, protecting yourself against identity theft. So anyone can basically go to our website, www.citizenbank.com, and just Google the financial fundamentals search.
We're talking about this really as an individual issue, but it really is a community issue too. Banks in particular look at communities and the fiscal health within those communities when they make decisions about lending and capital and things like that.
So it's a big investment. You know, I started the intro with we live here too.
Right.
And we work here too. which means a number of our colleagues, this is their home. And so we are very much vested in the success and the ability of this community to thrive.
Talk about again this idea in Detroit, how it looks different for us, and the things that she's talking about there. You see that real range of issues that have come up from individuals to institutions across a number of different kinds of information.
Well, I'll say, and just talking about Chandra and how we were able to work with her. Chandra had been a business owner, obviously, and we were aware of a program with DTE and wanted her to get involved in that program. It was called Shark Tank, and so we invited her. Absolutely, we invited her along with some other WBEs, Women Business Enterprises, and we really helped her critique her pitch. And helped her sharpen that. She knew exactly what she wanted to do, but was just a little unsure of how to deliver that. And that's where we come in, because we
that little push
absolutely,
over the finish line,
absolutely,
right?
because we work with all of our business owners, and of course we have good relationships with the folks like DTE and Henry Ford Hospital. So we know what they want to hear and how you need to deliver it. And so that's how we were able to help her and get that contract.
Well, congratulations on the program and continued success to you, Chandra. Absolutely. And speaking of finances, mortgages and rental payments usually take the biggest bite out of your household budget. When it comes to home ownership versus renting, Detroit has seen a shift in the numbers. One Detroit looked at the current housing market in the city and the increasing demand for rental properties. Take a look.
Our focus has been rehab to restore what's already here, because they just don't build them like this anymore.
Lisa Johnson is bringing back the Casa Mira, built in 1925, just north of Midtown's Fisher Building. We're in the lower part of Detroit's North End.
Oh, it looks clean. So we sat on it for a year trying to figure out what we were going to do and what its purpose was, and then it was 3 years of finding the money.
When the funding came together, the rush was on, because this part of Detroit needs more apartments.
They're very spacious units. They're great. And the location, this is going to be a very easy sell. We have people who want to move in here already. We've said waiting list.
But the opportunity is great because there's a huge demand for rental properties in the city versus single family, particularly in the Central Business District and Wilbur Corridor.
Melinda Clemens works for Capital Impact Partners, a nonprofit community projects developer. She studied the Woodward Corridor's resurgence and the changing housing market in Midtown.
And Midtown Detroit just didn't happen overnight, too. You got to think that this has been 30 years in the making. It's really been a block by block renovation of the area.
And as Detroit is making all these strides and attempting to attract a younger crowd of people living here, folks are going, I don't need a single family home that's 1,800 or 2,000 square feet to live in anymore. I'm looking for something a little more compact, and I think that's what makes multifamily housing very attractive for a lot of people.
Here, the younger crowd added to the demand, but citywide. The 2008 recession forced a lot of former homeowners into rentals when the mass foreclosures hit.
A lot of people who have lost their home do not want to buy another home, and they can't, right, because of their credit. And so renting really sort of has been the shift from the recession, and not necessarily just in Detroit, nationwide.
These days, developers have been flipping Midtown apartment buildings as fast as they can. Demand drives the rehabs, new construction, and rental rates.
The rental rates now are really going close to $2 a square foot. So compare that to 5 years ago, where they were closer to just over $1 a square foot.
That means Midtown prices aren't for everyone. Up in the North End, Johnson's Central Detroit Christian Community Development Corporation has been fixing single-family homes for years, well more than 100 so far.
And the housing that we've rehabbed and that we do rehab on an ongoing basis, it is all designed for low to moderate income families.
I call it my little dollhouse. It's everything I want.
Jamila McCrae has lived her whole life in the North End. Now she's renting a flat a few blocks from her parents. Rehabbed by Central Detroit Christian.
It's very affordable, And the good thing about it is I can afford the rent and also have money left over to take care of my family. If I wanted a market rate apartment, it would just like take all my check, you know? Who wanna just work just to pay for their rent?
Even working full-time at a suburban hospital, McCray qualifies for low-income housing support. The general rule, no more than a third of your take-home pay should go for rent to avoid financial trouble.
This week we are continuing the framing of walls up on the 4th floor. And
So first, second, and third are all framed,
yeah,
and we're on the 4th already.
yeah.
That's amazing.
When they're done up there, the roof will then be fully supported so we can tear that off and start a rebuild.
The Casimir will offer 44 apartments when it's ready to occupy, expected in July.
Almost 40% are going to be for low to moderate income families, and then the remaining units will be for market rate.
Like much of Detroit, the North End has its share of blight, but it borders Midtown, where, as they say in the real estate game, location is everything. And the North End is seeing the benefits.
For us in this community, some of that is this Midtown creep. You know, as some people have been outpriced who live in Midtown, they're looking at this neighborhood as the next step up from, you know, moving northward, and they're going, oh, you know, there's some cool housing here.
All right, coming up next, a program that gives kids hands-on experience in the construction and engineering fields. But first, here's a 1991 Detroit Black Journal discussion on the importance of teaching Black history.
I was just telling a group last week at Macomb Community College, there's a word in the dictionary that's called negrophobia. And it means a tremendous hatred toward or a strong dislike of African descent people and African people. Imagine what a young, precocious child may think of himself browsing through the dictionary and having to come upon that word. There's no Caucasian phobia, there's no Puerto Rican phobia, there's no Mexican American phobia. And if we exclude African Americans from history, then a person may think that he nor did his race make a contribution to civilization. So I think we're doing our youngsters a tremendous disservice, as well as older people, because older people don't understand the historisms of African and African American people and their contributions.
The rebuilding of Detroit has resulted in a tremendous amount of new construction in the city, so it's important that the demand for engineers and skilled tradespeople gets filled in the years to come. On Tuesday, the 6th annual Construction Science Expo will introduce young people to careers in design and in construction. Detroit students will receive hands-on experience during a day of activities at the Michigan Science Center. The event is put on by the Black Caucus Foundation of Michigan and the Michigan Design and Construction Coalition. Here to tell us more is Nicole Stallworth. She's the executive director of the Black Caucus Foundation, along with Douglas Needham from the Michigan Aggregates Association. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I mean, our first segment was about opportunity and making sure that people's fiscal health is in line to take advantage of opportunity. Here, we're talking about making sure you have the right skills and skill set, and that is super important here in the city as we start to really ramp up economic activity in the form of construction. You're trying to make sure young people are situated to get those jobs.
Absolutely. It's very important that we begin to build that pipeline. At the Black Caucus Foundation of Michigan, we develop public policy initiatives and develop programs. And the Construction Science Expo is a component of our Bridges to Work program, which does just that, help to build that pipeline. So many young people in this town, you know, due to various things such as not being able to pass a drug test, the skills aptitude test, the training apparatus is broken. And so this event is really a way to expose young people, get them excited and motivated to go into these very lucrative career pathways. And then also with the transition in the city of Detroit, this is a way for young people to acquire skills to rebuild our community.
To help rebuild, right.
To rebuild our neighborhoods.
Yeah. I love that this happens at the Science Center, partially because it sort of emphasizes that, you know, these are sort of high-minded skills. This is not just what we used to call trade work, disparagingly and I think mistakenly. These are great skills to have, and they're high order.
Right. There is a large focus on the skilled trades component as part of this expo. We call that you can either go to college and become an engineer and do the design work, which is a component of it, or there's a career for you in skilled trades, which you would need to go do your other 4-year degree.
Right.
So just because someone may say, hey, I want to go in construction, I don't need to have further education. That is certainly not true.
Right.
The technology and demands of today's construction force aren't that of the way they used to be. So we do need high-skilled individuals out in the field.
Yeah. Talk about what will happen at the event.
So this is our 7th annual event. It will be Tuesday, May 16th. We will have 1,000 young people.
That's a lot.
1,000. These are middle and high school students from the city of Detroit, and they will be learning about engineering and skilled trades. We have a number of partners that will have exhibits outside in the parking lot. For example, the laborers, the operating engineers, and then in the inside, we'll have some of our HNTB, our engineering exhibits. The students will also receive lunch, which was also a good thing. And they will also receive T-shirts. But I think the most important thing, this is a exciting way for them to learn about these career pathways, and it's very hands-on. Very hands-on. So there will never be a dull moment. And then the students will also receive a survey where they can further share with us what they're specifically interested in. And then we can connect them, whether it's a skilled trades organization or engineering, to do internships or to get a job.
Right. Talk about the connection between what you guys are doing and what we see schools trying to focus on with kids in this regard. Are we doing the right things at the K-12 level to get kids primed for this?
Well, there has been, I would say, an over-importance in schools to have kids go to college. And that's great to a point. However, we're losing our skilled trades portion. We need to have more of a drive from the school system, and that these careers actually can provide more of an income than a college-educated.
I think a lot of people don't know that, or they don't believe it, right?
And you go through a union apprenticeship program, they will actually pay you to be trained. So not only do you not have to pay for college, you will earn money while you're going through the program, and you will step out making a good living and be able to sustain a family and to have a really good life.
Yeah. How are we doing with city kids in these opportunities? I mean, we see often that the kids in the city get left behind because of a number of different factors. Are we connecting with the right places to get them involved in things like this so that they have that opportunity?
Absolutely, and the majority of the students in this program are from Detroit schools. And we know that the training apparatus has been broken. Historically, the numbers for African Americans going into skilled trades and engineering has been low.
It's always been low, right?
Has been very low. And so this is really geared towards being a solution to get young people from the inner city, whether it's in Detroit, whether it's in Flint, whether it's in Los Angeles, because this program is replicatable. And again, if they get these skills, they can rebuild the communities that quite frankly, you know, have need a little TLC.
And have been left out.
Right.
It's not just that the kids have been left out; the communities have been left out. Okay. People to find out how to participate can go.
They can actually call me directly at the Black Caucus Foundation of Michigan at 313-285-9234. They can also go on our website, www.constructionscienceexpo.com, and we do want educators in schools to reach out to us, because this is a valuable program. Yeah. We also need volunteers.
Yeah. Right, come help out, right?
We need volunteers, and then we also, lastly, we need financial support to keep growing this program.
Okay, well, congratulations on the program, and congratulations on the 7th annual.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, that's our program for today. Thanks for watching. You can get more information about our guests at AmericanBlackJournal.org, and you can always connect with us on Facebook and on Twitter. We'll see you next time.
American Black Journal is funded by the W.K. Kellogg Foundation, a partner with communities where children come first.
How does diversity bring energy to us all? At DTE Energy, we believe that it's the contributions of all that build great communities. As a company, we grow stronger by welcoming the unique perspectives of everyone. As community members, we support our state's broad culture and heritage. From working closely with women and minority-owned suppliers to embracing our local cultures, DTE Energy is powering diversity. The DTE Energy Foundation is a proud sponsor of Detroit Public Television. Masco Corporation is proud to manufacture innovative and environmentally friendly products for the home. Delta faucets, Craft-made in Merilite cabinets, and Behr brand paints have all been designed with you in mind. Masco and its family of companies, serving Michigan communities since 1929.